Hello there, everybody. My name is Matthew Peterson. I'm an attorney here in Michigan. Been practicing for going on 7 years now. For the last 5 years, I've been dealing exclusively with auto accident cases, so your no-fault insurance benefits and cases dealing with injury and injury compensation. I wanted to make a video or perhaps a series of videos just covering some basic information. These are going to be derived largely from issues I see coming up with clients on a regular basis. So the first thing I'd like to do is talk a little bit about personal injury protection benefits to help you maybe decide what coverage level you need, what is best for you and your needs. This personal injury protection benefits, you'll see it on your declarations page or your policy explanations documents. This covers what's known as the incurred expenses. It's primarily and usually going to consist almost entirely of treatment expenses, i.e. medical bills. Alright. There used to be only one option, and it was there was no financial limit. It was unlimited dollar amount of coverage. That changed about 2 years ago now, exactly, give or take a couple weeks. Now, unlimited is the default option, but we have lesser options than that if that's what you want to choose. That'll usually get you a reduced premium. That's the whole point, in part, of some of the changes, to offer choices that cost less. However, I want you to be able to decide whether that's the right choice for you. So you need to know what this incurred expense or personal injury protection category is meant to cover. What goes into it includes some items such as medical mileage and work loss and attendant care and replacement services or household services, and then of course that incurred expense medical bills category. So let's say I went and chose the $250,000 option as my cap. What that means is that your auto insurance company is obligated to cover you for expenses up to $250,000. Once that amount has been spent, you're going to need to find another source of coverage, be it an insurance policy, a health insurance policy of some kind, or out of pocket. Okay? Either way, the important point there is that if you have anything less than unlimited coverage, once that cap has been reached, the rest is not being covered by auto insurance. Something that you probably don't know, however, is that the incurred expense category can cover a handful of things that go beyond just medical bills that you probably would not expect. In one particular example, that is a case that we've handled out of this office where a client became paralyzed from the waist down in an incident involving a vehicle. Modifications had been made to his living arrangements. His current home wasn't suitable, so we had to have an assessment done to figure out what would be the cost of modifying the existing home and what would be the cost of building a new home. And I think ultimately we ended up getting a new home built for him. And so that's an example of something that typically is going to be substantially expensive, of course, that is ordinarily covered by auto insurance. The reason I point that out is, most health insurance policies, of course, are not going to cover something like building a home or making modifications to a home, even in the case of injury. So if you don't have it covered by auto insurance, you're probably not going to have it covered at all if you ever needed it. But at least now that you know this, you can help. It's going to help you kind of go through, in your mind, the likelihood that that's going to happen, your preference to be covered if it does, and whether you feel you need that extra protection. Maybe you want to spring for the unlimited coverage, maybe you want to not do that. Obviously, if you are concerned about it, unlimited coverage is the best way to go. Let's see. Of course, cars are getting safer all the time. You're probably not very likely to be paralyzed in an accident. Indeed, in this case, this person was actually working on a car, but it's not impossible that it could still happen. You'd be paralyzed in an auto accident. And you should also be aware that when you're pursuing payments or coverage for your personal injury protection benefits, those are going to be claims made to and paid by your own insurance company. That is at the very heart of the no-fault arrangement, okay? So you're already paying for that coverage. You're going to submit it to your insurance company. That's another common point of confusion that I'd like to get out of the way. Alright, so the other coverage areas, there's the work loss category, which is just like what it sounds like. Here you're going to make a claim to the auto insurance company for any days you've missed from work, whether that's straight up from injuries, or maybe it's from days that you weren't able to go to work because you had to go to treatment. Okay, either way. So you will make those claims for the missed wages, right? There is a cap set on how much they're going to pay. Right now it's at $6,065 a month, and that's for October 2021 through September 2022. So if you're a millionaire, sorry, they're not going to be responsible for maintaining 100% of your lifestyle, but that is $6,000 that you need to consider when you're trying to determine how much benefits cap you want. And now the benefit is going to be covered for 3 years, so that's going to be $6,000 a month over 3 years. You're going to have to consider if you ever needed it as included in that $250,000 or the unlimited category. Then we have medical mileage. Here, this is meant to cover mileage for you driving from home to medical appointments and back, and that's it. So not, for instance, driving to your attorney's office. And of course, that's not typically going to add up to be a huge dollar amount. In fact, for whichever reason, a lot of our clients don't even seem to bother asking for that or filling out forms for that. Attendant care is going to cover services where you have an individual sort of helping you take care of yourself. And examples of that are going to include things like feeding yourself, just monitoring you, bathing you, getting you dressed or undressed. Basically, like, just imagine the kind of stuff that a live-in nurse might help you with. Alright? And the claims there are going to be for an hourly rate for that help, for whichever days and hours that it's happening. Household or household replacement services, that's another benefit category. That's similar to the attendant care, but different slightly. The household replacement services category is meant to cover things that keep your household running, not things that keep you personally running. Alright? Here we're talking about examples that would be going grocery shopping, doing laundry, walking a dog, just taking care of pets in general, mowing grass or shoveling, or similar examples. Okay, so these are all the items that are covered under personal injury protection umbrella, and I wanted to make a quick video so that hopefully someone could watch this, get a better understanding of what is or isn't covered under here, and maybe more accurately determine with a little bit of that guidance exactly how much coverage they want to buy. Alright? I think in the short future here, or the immediate future, I'm going to go ahead and do another couple of videos explaining some of the other coverage categories, so that that hopefully will help you continue to better understand just how much you want to pay for, and where you do want to spend the money and where you don't when it comes to the auto insurance premiums. And I'm also going to have a video or two coming up about common things you can avoid, or things you need to do to avoid having coverage issues when the time comes you need to make a claim. So for now, that's all. Thank you very much. Bye.